We welcome you to HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. Rio Grande Valley FC getting set to host the Las Vegas Lights. It's windy here in Edinburgh, Texas, hot as usual, but the fans don't care one bit. They're getting set to take this one in here in the heart of Texas. Nothing a cold drink at the bar can't fix either, as these two teams get set to face off in a big matchup in the Western Conference standings. Sean St. Jacques, Mike Pepper with you here in Texas. This should be a fun one as we start with the Las Vegas Lights, who have just one road win all season long and are coming off a 10-goal thriller, but a loss at OKC.
Yeah, losing midweek, giving up a 6th spot, but it was something they're going to see 4 new faces. But as you've talked about, those road struggles have really been indicative of it. And when you look at, with that Oklahoma City game on Wednesday, including this one, 6 of 7 on the road with 5 of the next 6, including tonight, they really need to find a solution on the road in order to turn this around.
And for RGV, at home this season, they only have one win. It came back on April 25th, 2-0 win over Orange County. They haven't had a win since, but some of the toughest teams have gone into HEB Park and really struggled with the Toros.
Yeah, the 8 draws, this team actually gets them, but it's winning games, and they have really struggled to do that. As you mentioned, April 25th, 82 days. But they did get a much-needed victory. It was an exhibition game midweek, but maybe that confidence now in favor for RGV.
Should be a fun one as the Toros and Lights get set to do battle under the lights here in Edinburgh, Texas. Both teams looking for a much-needed win here in the heart of Texas. It's RGV against Las Vegas in the Valley after this.
And a goal! Saved by Newman. It's saved by Dykstra.
Sean St. Jacques, Mike Pepper back with you in Edinburgh, Texas. The wind continues to howl through HEB Park. RGV and Las Vegas getting set to do battle here in the heart of Texas. Both teams really could use a win tonight. One team in Las Vegas trying to push for the number 8 spot. RGV trying to get on a roll themselves. And hopefully, as we've seen with other teams in the league this season, could push as well to get back towards the top half of the table as well. Let's go through the starting lineups first for the visiting Las Vegas Lights. 4 new acquisitions, Mike, and they're all in the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, that's a big part, but I think we go back to a midweek game, and you are traveling so many games on the road. You want to get those fresh bodies in. It was a short bench, but getting Guzman, Ochoa, Iniego, and Perez all in there, and not just, as we mentioned, the news faces. Let's get them right into the lineup.
Let's take a look now at RGV's starting lineup. Michael Nelson makes his second appearance between the pipes tonight for RGV, and also Aldo Quintanilla will start the game on the bench, the team's leading scorer.
Yeah, we talked about it in the opening, at least as far as the midweek result. And when you look at Jorginho, you look at Jordan Jones, you mentioned Nelson. This team went out there, and a lot of these players really earned that spot tonight by what they did midweek.
Just a few moments away from these two teams kicking off. RGV And Las Vegas, there's the center referee for tonight's game, Rosendo Mendoza, getting set to kick this one off between two teams that are coming off disappointing performances, but performances where they definitely showed signs that good things could be ahead for both teams.
30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
It feels like 103 out there tonight in Edinburgh, Texas. The winds have gone up to almost 20 miles per hour tonight.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though. We talk about the heat, and obviously the players aren't there, but being along the U.S.-Mexico border, as we are here in Rio Grande and in Las Vegas, nothing new to these teams.
Both teams are used to the conditions. RGV, 10 draws this season, looking for their first win since the end of April. Las Vegas coming off a 6-4 heartbreaking loss against OKC last time out. And we are underway here from Edinburgh, Texas. RGV in their home orange uniforms going from right to left. The road white and blues for Las Vegas as we are underway here in the heart of Texas. Two kind of contrasting styles as RGV wins it in the midfield. One team in RGV, one of the best defensive teams in the USL, hence the 10 draws this season. 6 of those, of course, clean sheets as well. Las Vegas has been very aggressive for most of the season, a little inconsistent at times, and you just look at their recent form. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw over the last 5 tell the story there. As Las Vegas look to attack, and they do win a free kick outside of the penalty area.
Yeah, it should be interesting what we see tonight. You talked about Las Vegas, who's going to get already a dangerous opportunity here with the set piece. But actually, is that going the other way here? No, it will be for Las Vegas. But, you know, the 10 goals in the last game, they've been able to score goals. 4 goals, I think, in their last appearances as well. But RGV defensively has been very solid. We'll see if that result midweek does allow them to maybe open up, and let's see how the flow of the game goes.
Leading goal scorer and captain Carlos Alvarez is standing over it at the moment. It'll be taken short. Chance to maybe cross it in. Kai Green is there for RGV. It's cleared out, but Kai Green wins a free kick just outside of the penalty area. And RGV snuffs out the first attempt for Vegas.
Mendiola just really went in. It looked like a little careless tackle as he went in over the top off the foot. Just a little small talking to, but Mendiola coming off that hat trick midweek is another big part. I'm curious to see how these new faces blend in with his team right now.
Vegas was down 4-1 in that game, and Mendiola's hat trick is the first one ever by a Las Vegas Light in their history. Got it back to 4-4, but then 2 late goals from OKC put that one to bed. RGV's last league game was last Saturday in a 1-1 draw against Tulsa. The 2 goals in that game were scored within 2 minutes of each other. The opener was scored by Jesus Enriquez, who had just come off the bench in that game. He's on the bench again tonight for RGV. But just a few moments after that, Paris G, the great midfielder for Tulsa, equalized. And after some frantic moments at the end, it once again finished 1-1.
Yeah, and talking with Gerson, it's one of those frustrating things. You work so hard, you outplay your opponent at home, you've struggled to get wins, and you get the lead and then just so quickly give it up. Just one of those moments. That's why they just continue to have struggled to get the win. This young team has got to learn to win, so we'll see if that first goal changes anything of what happened particularly last week.
Ball headed upfield by RGV. Perea trying to chest it down in the midfield, and it's cut out by Alvarez. As we mentioned at the top, 4 new additions for Vegas, and they're all in the lineup tonight. Durability, a couple guys were questionable heading into this game as well. Some injuries that the Lights have been dealing with, but they're hoping that these new acquisitions can come in and continue to play the aggressive style that they like to play. And of course, they're looking for wins at this point as they are trying to chase down the top 8 in the Western Conference. Another opportunity to get one into the 18-yard box for Vegas. As Carlos Alvarez, captain, Los Angeles native, will look to send a dangerous ball into the 18-yard box. Does have an option off to his left if he wants to play it short. Nice ball in, gets through two Vegas lights, and it goes out for a goal kick. Rodrigo Inigo was in there, and it goes out for a goal kick. First good chance for Vegas.
Well, you pointed it out beforehand, and then the tight marking, but it just wasn't tight enough. Obviously matching up, Rio Grande did, RGV, man-to-man marking on it, but you've got to be able to stop that first ball, and it was a dangerous chance for Vegas.
Ball sent back the other way. Chasing it down and getting shoved out of play that time was Jordan Jones. He was looking for a foul, but won't get it. It's a throw-in for Jaime and Las Vegas. Pressure from Jordan Jones, and it is booted away by Ferrino. RGV, last time out, they did have an exhibition game midweek against the League MA Equis defending champs club Santos Laguna and won 3-0. Pablo Aguilar, Monday at Tim, and Jordan Jones scored the goals. And we talked with Coach Echeverry about that. And again, it's just an exhibition game, but that winning feeling that they hadn't had in any game of any fixture since April 25th certainly got everybody in a good mood. They were congratulating each other on social media, and it was a good feeling heading into this one tonight, although that's a pass that's given away. Chance for Las Vegas to get in the box here. Push down, ball is still loose, and in the end it is cleared away. Just for a moment there, the goal was gaping as Michael Nelson didn't get a great piece of it, and RGV control in the midfield.
Yeah, some miscommunication, and Nelson, only getting his second start of the year, seemed to hesitate a little bit and then didn't communicate well enough with the defenders. Fortunately for RGV, it was not at the foot of any of the Las Vegas players, and they were able to clear it up. But their second time, they'll give it away in the midfield.
Guzman is after it. Donovan slipped trying to get to it. Kai Green comes over. That's deflected. Still has to deal with it, and he gives it away. Is that a foul? No, but it's one back off of James. Down goes Daniel Guzman, and another free kick in a similar spot as the first one for the Lights.
Well, sloppiness here prevailing for RGV. They've given it away twice in the midfield. This time they never fully got it back, and they were rather fortunate. You can see the miscommunication, good defensive run on the body off, but Nelson didn't communicate well enough, and we're fortunate to get the loose ball.
In Nelson's other start of the season, he got a clean sheet and a 0-0 draw against Phoenix Rising all the way back on June 23rd here at HEB Park.
Impressive result. Phoenix up there towards the top.
Isidro Sanchez, the Las Vegas head coach, looking on. Another opportunity here for Alvarez.
Dual walls here. You can see the original wall for RGV. Vegas setting up their own to make it even more difficult for Nelson to see.
He'll go for goal. It hits the wall. Headed out by RGV. Alvarez able to control. Now on the far side here is Sammy Ochoa looking to cross. Donovan gets in the way, rather Wharton got in the way there. And the RGV captain draws the foul. And he'll leave it for Michael Nelson to clear the lines for RGV. The aggressive style of Vegas is certainly forcing some early mistakes.
Yeah, Salgado in this case, trying to make his way known. He's got a history there, one of the top picks of the MLS draft a few years ago by Vancouver, getting his first chance with Vegas, but a little over-aggressive that time.
Donovan sending it forward. Not a bad attempt by Kai Green to try to keep that in play, but he's not able to do so. And it'll be thrown back in by Joseph Patrick Perez, one of the new additions for the Lights. Green tried to clear it upfield, got the deflection, and it's out for a throw. Kai Green, South Orange native from New Jersey. played under Gerson Echeverry when Gerson Echeverry was the head coach at Seton Hall. Was a player, an assistant coach, head coach, and now here he is in his first season in the USL as a head coach. Pablo Aguilar, who scored midweek, a little too aggressive, and he picks up the foul. Also made a lot of positive impacts in the 1-1 draw against Tulsa as well. A guy that can facilitate and also get opportunities to finish in the box for RGV going forward. Ball is sent forward, deflected off of Perea, but it's picked back up by Mendiola. Now RGV have it back. Aguilar, Jones, near side, Nicolas Perea. And trying to pass it back was Wilmer Cabrera, and it's out for another throw. Vegas continuing to put the pressure on. 10 minutes gone. RGV have not really had any chance to get it into the final third. Talked about a contrast of styles. And Isidro Sanchez said before the game that he was hoping to make sure that RGV didn't slow the game down, that his guys were able to play their style, force some mistakes early on. That's going quite according to plan.
Certainly Vegas has controlled here through the first 10 minutes. But it seemed their touch in that final third hasn't been good enough just yet, but they have created those chances. That one, again, a miscommunication. That time it looked like Nelson certainly had it and was talking to the defender, but not listening on that, and it could have been a nice, easy ball for the goalkeeper instead of another chance for Vegas.
Servicing, great header. Nelson, did he keep it out? Yes, he did. It almost bounced back towards the line. Not exactly convincing, but Michael Nelson comes up with it. Here's another look at a chance kind of out of nothing here.
Yeah, sent in quickly, and is that Guzman Jr. on the ball, and Nelson had to be ready at that point. But again, it just results back to those miscommunication. It was an easy chance for a clearance for RGV, and instead played out. It was not taken advantage of and almost cost them on that opportunity.
Here's Jones making some headway. James to Sullivan. Controlled with Ontiveros and Donovan at the back. Ball sent forward by Donovan. The run in behind is done by Kai Green, but it's out for a goal kick. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Gerson Echeverry loves the way his team is defended. He's made sure to point that out despite the frustrations going forward. Loves how the midfield is played in recent weeks as well, and certainly said that the weight off of their shoulders after Enriquez scored against Tulsa was certainly there, but giving it back just minutes later certainly added to the frustration. Here's a chance. Pablo Aguilar tries to weave it in. Is it a chance? It's off the keeper and is going to be offside. It's a moot point. Little bit of pushing and shoving between Cabrera and Ferrinho after the play. And here's another look at a near chance here.
Youth here, you got to hold that run on side. You got to run parallel. It's inexcusable to run offside in that situation. Does need to be played just a little bit quicker, but in that situation, he's got to run parallel to that last defender. But all that said, it was a good job of Vegas of stepping up.
So Vegas will clear their lines with Ricardo Ferrinho, 46 saves for the Vegas goalie this season, 2 clean sheets, and does have a 59% save success rate on 78 shots faced this season. The Torreon, Mexico native in the net for Vegas. Here's a giveaway, though, by the Lights. Perea. Wharton tried to go in, and that's a tough challenge, and it will be a booking right off the bat, and Perez is into the book.
Welcome to the team and to the league here, Perez. That one coming in. You come in behind the player as we get another look, and there is the tackle. He's trying to get to the ball, but instead he goes through the player. That one 5 yards from the referee will be booked every time.
Yeah, he's right on the spot and not able to get away with it, so he will see his name quickly go into the referee's book.
Really kind of a needless tackle, too. You're 40 yards out. The defender, or the forward, the attacking player in this case, an RGV, running away from the net. Just gives the other team, and in this case RGV, a good chance of a set piece.
Jorginho James and Pablo Aguilar are both near it. Aguilar looks more likely to take this. He will. He'll go for goal, and it's over the net. Not a bad effort from that far out, but it will go out for a goal kick. Certainly a lower percentage shot, and Vegas can clear their lines.
Well, you almost have to be expecting the goalkeeper to cheat off his line, trying to take the ball in. From 40 yards, should not get beat at any point from that distance, particularly on a ball that is curling and dipping. You got to make that knuckle perhaps and bend away from the goalkeeper. As it is, it's just giving away a goal kick.
Pablo Aguilar from Guatemala City in Guatemala. Not a bad effort on goal, especially from that distance, but definitely covered in the end by Ferreño. Pressure again from Vegas from Guzman, but Donovan and company, Ontiveros as well, able to hold on to possession. Ontiveros out of the back this year also does have 2 goals for RGV, tied for second on the team. Stepping in to win that challenge briefly was Cabrera. Chance for Vegas to break with Ochoa. Switching fields. Salgado getting into the box, getting away from Green. The cross in is headed up in the air by Donovan. James with a flick out. Kai Green trying to chase it down. Perez gets to it first and lets it go out for a throw. Few players to aim at in the box. Goes right into Salgado. Chance to shoot, and it is well over. And another missed opportunity for Vegas early on here, coming up on the 17-minute mark in the first half.
Appeared the Vegas player a little uncertain whether to curl it or strike it. Instead, kind of a combination of both, and it was nowhere near.
Isidro Sanchez, Vegas's head coach, has to be pretty satisfied, at least early on, with the way his team has attacked, although RGV looked to be working their way into the game as Vegas do get the foul here right in front of Gerson Echeverry. You see that his jacket is kind of whipping around with the winds, but we did mention off the top that it is over 100 degrees out there, and he is also wearing a black jacket, which certainly doesn't help things.
A bit in the shade, but you know, you got to keep the heat in. Keep the heat in. Good chance here.
He's looking for his team to turn up the heat here. Chance, cross in the middle. Aguilar with the chance, blocked on a volley opportunity as Inigo was able to step in, out for a RGV throw.
Ultimately, it is a good recovery by Inigo, because this is a chance that Wharton got down the side and was able to spot the open man just from 18 out. That first touch a little off, and Inigo able to get his body in front of it.
Still a chance as Gerson continues to rock the warm-up jacket. It'll be played all the way back to Donovan and Ontiveros.
You know, it did dip below 100, so, you know, at this point, it does feel...
That's the threshold?
Yeah, well, it feels a little over 100, but I think once that thermometer hits a 9 as the first digit, that's jacket time down there for Coach Echeverry.
As this will roll out for a goal kick for Las Vegas. Certainly when the sun goes down, that'll certainly help as well in Edinburgh, Texas.
Because I don't think a southeast wind in southern Texas is going to be too cooling. Matter of fact, probably bring a little bit of that Gulf of Mexico humidity up your way. Thus that humiture, as we like to call it in the South, north of 100. See, there it is. We were right. The heat index has dropped below 100 as well.
There you go. Little weather report there.
Sorry, he hasn't zipped that jacket up now.
Winds out of the southeast at 16 miles per hour. Wharton, the captain for RGV. Pointing, getting everybody in position as Perea will look to service one into the box.
Does give the fans out there a reason to watch. So if it drops into the 80s, does the winter parka come out?
Coming up on 20 minutes gone. 60% the advantage on possession for the home team so far. Although possession is given away and then given back by Vegas on a mishit. Throw-in for RGV.
A little misleading on that number because RGV has had most of that possession in their half, and Vegas has been dangerous in forcing some turnovers in the midfield. But it has kind of turned around the last 6-7 minutes where RGV has been the better of the two teams.
Ball sent forward by Donovan, headed towards Cabrera, who's trying to make the run. Header by Jaime, and then it's booted out. Last touched by Vegas, and RGV have a throw off of Perez. Taken quickly.
Looks like Perez in that Echeverry little camp wearing the long sleeves for Vegas as well.
Chance for Vegas to come the other way, and a clumsy challenge by Jorginho James, and a free kick for Vegas as the Jamaica native was a little late on that challenge on Guzman.
Jorginho James getting some accolades and some high marks from Coach Echeverry. When we talked to him during the week, thought he played outstanding in that midweek game.
And certainly after he gave similar praise to Jordan James, it wasn't a surprise that when the lineups came out that he was getting the start as well, as this will be a Vegas corner. Alvarez will take. As Mendiola comes over, and I guess he just placed it down for Mendiola.
Like the in-swinger here perhaps, or maybe Alvarez might take the short one, but
they will go short to Alvarez, who plays it in. Salgado is chased out of there by Perea. The matching eights going at it. Ball sent in, a great ball in, just too far in front, and Nelson is able to clear. Well, that might have been a miss hit, but it still lands at the feet of Jordan Jones, but then it's given back.
All kinds of space. You got to get that to him faster. Allows Vegas to get behind it and take the ball away.
Ochoa. And he will have to get forced back to Alatorre. Ball sent in high. Sullivan has to deal with it. Not a great touch. Able to clear it. It'll go back to Vegas, though. That touch, went all the way through. No offside call. Play continues. Guzman. Ochoa was available for a second. Switching fields now. Far side. Salgado toward the line, cross in, and Michael Nelson corrals it.
Not a lot of appeal from RGV. I agree with you. It looked like the forward, in that case, Ochoa, had maybe come back as it deflected off. But not a lot of appeal, and unfortunate ball by Salgado. Too close to the goalkeeper for Vegas fans, and RGV able to take control.
Flicked on by Jones, looking for Wilmer Cabrera. And Ricardo Ferrino will reset for Vegas. It has slowed down a bit in the last few moments with the play, but Vegas can strike at any moment. Not a great touch, though, in the end by Alvarez, and it's won back by RGV. James will corral it. Here's Ontiveros. Connor Donovan. RGV have tried a couple of long balls over the top. This time they're working at a little bit of a slower pace out of the back. Donovan's looking downfield. He'll settle for Ontiveros. Looking for Jones. Not a bad touch. It's out. And it's out for a throw-in for RGV.
Look at that. The jacket has come off, ladies and gentlemen.
Surprised it took that long.
He's getting into the game, Coach Echeverria is. Not to say he wasn't beforehand, but yeah, there you go. Maybe it's a signal. This is I mean business now, guys. It's
like the gloves coming off when the jacket comes off.
Exactly.
It's game time. RGV sending it forward again, cleared by Vegas. Out for a throw. Jordan Jones was one of the 3 goal scorers in the win over Club Santos Laguna. 3-0 win midweek in that exhibition game over the defending champions in the top level of Mexican football. That ball was knocked out off of the assistant referee's head, but his deflection doesn't matter. It's out for a Vegas throw. And of course, Vegas playing in front of the nation last time out. 6-4 the final against an OKC team that has now been unbeaten in their last 6. That ball will go out off of Ontiveros for a throw. And certainly RGV could look at a team like OKC, a team that's dealt with big-time goal droughts this season and now has gone on this great stretch, and RGV has certainly shown signs of breaking out as well. This throw will go in and it'll be cleared out.
OKC, when we hit mid-June, led the league in losses. They, as you pointed out, 6-game unbeaten streak has helped get them back into the race. The draws to this point for RGV have not allowed them to be out of it yet, but they do need to put together some wins.
Good idea. Trying to find Pablo Aguilar by Wilmer Cabrera as Perea started the attack going forward, but the final ball in was just too far, and that's been part of the downside at times for RGV. The build-up play Gerson Echeverry has loved at times this season, but it's been in the final third where that final touch at times has eluded them, but that's going to be a free kick for RGV as Sheldon Sullivan draws the foul.
Yeah, tried to go on just a little bit, but behind the play, just a careless foul. Obviously, Vegas trying to get in and be aggressive and create that turnover, but in doing so, you allow RGV an opportunity to get out of their own third as opposed to the pressure that has forced them into turning it over a couple of times.
Here's Kai Green. Looking to send it into the box, looking for James. His header first time is right at Ferrigno. Lovely ball in from Kai Green.
My apologies there. Yeah, and it was a good ball in. Ferrigno rather lucky there in no man's land as James struck it with the head on a line, and there's Ferrigno, who's about 5 yards off. That's really a dangerous spot because he could have gone over him, or he could have just gone wide of him, may not have had time to react.
All back, maybe in a bad position for Ferrigno. Didn't get a good touch at all to it, but it is booted downfield. Sullivan heads it back into the danger, and Aguilar, trying to win it back, will be whistled for a foul.
Such an important part now in the game of soccer is your goalkeeper, a big part of it, playing with their hands. That ball coming bouncing back. You always want to try and put that guy under pressure. You saw that with RGV running in and telling Ferrigno, you better not put this one down. You better get rid of it. And didn't quite work out for him there, but they do see that. That will be next time. You'll see maybe a little bit more pressure upon Ferrigno.
The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Ball cleared out by RGV on the season. Vegas sitting in 12th place right now on 20 points. 5 wins, 7 losses, and 5 draws. And another foul there. Cabrera will draw it. And here's another look at that challenge.
See, arm up, pull him down.
And that's Perez, who's on a yellow. Play continues into the penalty area, and it is out for a corner kick for RGV. So Vegas under some pressure, and a set piece opportunity for Gerson Echeverry's squad. You take a look there. 2 first-half goals this season. They went through that stretch where they hadn't scored in almost a month. Ball swung in, headed away. Kai Green is after it, but he is not able to catch up, and actually is an RGV throw anyway. Here's Todd Wharton looking to put one in. He does, and once again, Jordan James was lurking, but Ricardo Ferrigno has it for Vegas. Vegas coming into tonight 5 points back of a top 8 spot. So certainly a lot to play for, not only for RGV, but for Vegas as well. As we talked about at the top, the road has not been kind to Las Vegas. A -12 goal differential. They have 5 of their next 6 on the road. And their only road win of the season came back in the first week of the season, as this is a foul going against RGV. Taken quickly here. Chance for Sammy Ochoa, but he'll drag it back. Tried to play it to a player who was offside. Ochoa and James go after it. James shielding away. And he fortunately gets a deflection off a Vegas player out for a throw. Sheldon Sullivan, the man that just threw the ball in, has had a good stretch at the back for RGV. Wharton looking to spring Aguilar. Aguilar's got 2 to deal with. Kai Green's making a run. Aguilar cuts it back. Perea's asking for it. Nicolas Perea to Aguilar. Sends it out wide, and Sullivan couldn't get there.
Well, not enough movement into that sense. Aguilar, perhaps the first time. It was a great first ball run into the offensive third. Maybe had a runner at that point, but by the time he cut it back, movement had pretty much stopped for RGV.
Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season, and stay up to date with news from around the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. There's certainly been chances for both teams. Still looking for our first highlight of the game. Ontiveros' ball, and looking for Jordan James over the top. It's headed out for an RGV throw, quickly taken by Sullivan. James shields. Able to corral it. James went down away from the ball looking for a foul. Play continues with Donovan. Here's James. Wharton. Nice little cutback. James has it now. Didn't have anybody making a run in the box initially. Kai Green loses it. Good defensive play there, but it's given right back. James looping it in for Wharton. Does get it back. And it'll be reset with Donovan. Perea gets past one. Wharton. Donovan finds James. Chested down by Kai Green. And Kai Green is pushed over, and More pushing and shoving between these two. Donovan in, trying to stick up for his teammate. As Salgado kind of tried to walk over Green after Green went down. And
see, as a two-hand shove, you don't see obviously both players frustrated. Looks like they're just both going to get that verbal warning at this point in time. See, at that point, just our play foul called at that point in time. Salgado turning, asking what he did, and probably warranted a little bit of it looks like we do have the book out on both of them.
We've seen some chippiness.
Well, looks like Salgado probably for a little verbal thing, as Rosendo Mendoza pointing it out.
Trying to keep this one in control. We've seen about 2 or 3 little spurts of that where there's been a little after the play antics.
It is a good chance here as Wharton standing over it at this point. About 25 yards off the line, but towards the sideline. But it does allow them to bring, similar to a corner kick, the big bodies of the center backs to send a ball into the area, maybe test Foligno, along with a good delivery here.
Wharton's ball in near post, was looking for Cabrera. Booted out by Vegas. Wharton trying to shield it out for a throw in. And he'll end up drawing a foul. Daniel Guzman putting on the pressure. He thought he was off to the races.
You can see right now, obviously, Rosendo Mendoza, letting these players know he already the yellow card to Perez, but he's just making sure, you know, I know you have one. This is what we got to watch. Perez being cautious as he should be with that yellow card already, letting him know, but we've already seen the whistle, a little extra talking to. But it was Green who got the card for, along with Salgado for Vegas on the cautions.
Second player to be booked for Vegas tonight.
Did think it was warranted. You just saw basically the extra shoving on both ends of it. Didn't know if perhaps maybe both players claimed their innocence in disagreement, but we'll get a caution here again.
Another yellow card. This one is going to be on Marco Cesar Jaime. Looked like it might have been another off the ball issue, and he's very frustrated about that decision.
Fortunately for him, Mendoza's looking down because he just gets a caution and then he kicks the ball away. Not smart by any stretch of the imagination, but let's see, Mendoza was focused more on the play. There's.
You saw the one confrontation there. Here's the latest yellow.
Up. Elbow to the back of the head. That was a straightaway yellow. But we see the frustration now by Las Vegas at this point in time, Sean, and they are asking for trouble right now. You saw Guzman really throw at an arm. He claiming it to be an elbow. Nothing on that one, but then the blatant elbow by Jaime. And now 3 in the books here for Vegas.
3 guys that'll have to be careful. Aguilar looks to shoot. He does shoot, and
that hit the outside of the post.
Not too far away at all. Oh, you see the reaction from him. He knew he was close. And it's out for a goal kick. Here's a good chance.
And you see the curl, and it was knuckling away. Perhaps hit that fence over there. So it was knuckling away. But good strike. Foligno really kind of caught flat-footed, and as that ball came across, knuckling away from him.
Coming up on the 40th minute here. 1 RGV player has been booked, 3 for Vegas. And despite the opportunities we've seen, no shots yet on goal for either side tonight. There have certainly been some chances, some build-up opportunities, but nothing too dangerous for either goalkeeper yet.
I think we saw Nelson called to task once.
Yes.
on that
Right.
header. He knocked it up and had to cover up for himself.
Right.
But it was a dangerous chance there. And we have, like you said, you've seen that shot by Aguilar, but as not on target. Neither keeper really been asked to do a lot because that one was at him.
Coming in again was Aguilar, and he will win a free kick just outside the box. Jorginho James with the ball in. Aguilar hustled to get to it and was able to win the ball and win the free kick. Thought about taking it quickly, and
well, Jaime was late coming across, and he's going to have to watch it here. You can see the swipe in, and great chance. And we, like I said, we saw him kick the ball away. This time boy, oh boy, you know, you always hate to wonder what's going to happen. But at this point in time, the way the cards are coming out, we've seen the late play. It's not unheard of to be sent off. Well, let's just keep our eyes out on him and Perez here in this as we go on.
Pablo Aguilar stands over it. 5 in the wall for Vegas, 2 for RGV. It's Aguilar. Oh, it's off the post. So close to a breakthrough for RGV. Here's another look.
They were so focused on dropping the defender back to the post, and Ferrigno cheating that way. Looks like he jumped in behind the wall, didn't see it till it came around it, and Aguilar trying to be a little too fine. 3 inches to the inside, and we have a straight line next to that number, but not the case.
Quickly won back by RGV. Lovely ball by Wharton to find Perea. Opportunities again. Perea just lets fly. Took a deflection. Chance for Vegas to counter, and it's opened up here for Guzma. Cross into the middle. Kai Green was on it. And a nice little cutback by Kai Green to restore order for RGV.
Not sure why he sent that one across. Had some space in front of him. No one was running to where he sent it.
Jorginho James got the ball. There's a foul again off the ball. He'll go against Vegas. Wharton takes it quickly. Here's Cabrera. James is again lurking in the middle. Wharton tried to get it back. One back by Vegas. Ooh, nice run here by Salgado. Near side. Opportunity to cross it in. Headed down, and Jorginho James is able to step in as Raul Mendolia tried to service it into the box there for Las Vegas. Challenge there. That time looked like it was all ball. Ball sent forward. Player is well offside there. Ontiveros for RGV was able to clear. Chance to counterattack here with Wilmer Cabrera. Cabrera moving his way in. Step over. Looking for help. Wharton might have thought about taking one on. Will shoot. Will get it blocked. Battles to keep it back in. Tried to boot it back into the box, and it's once again cleared. But Perea heads it back down for the Toros. James launches one, and it's sent over the net.
Well, again, good pressure. We've really seen RGV start to take control of this. We haven't seen Vegas since the first 10 minutes really be threatening at all. James, though, getting a little bit ambitious from about 35. You got the momentum going your way and trying to capitalize just a little bit too much here.
We've seen it many times from RGV where they have had the better of it. Were able to break through late in the 75th minute in their last league game against Tulsa when Jesus Enriquez came off the bench, and it seemed like maybe 10 seconds later, not literally, but it seemed like it, in a flash, he comes on and then scored the opening goal. You saw how much it meant to them in that opening goal against Tulsa, but they could not hold on. James trying to send it through for Cabrera. It falls for Aguilar. Aguilar gets it back from Jordan James. Ball coming in, not dealt with, and it's cleared in the end, just away. That time, Inigo had to get back and clear it out of play. Still a chance for RGV. Kai Green looks to send it in. Chance for Perea, still a chance, blocked. A chance to go in for James, it's still not in there. Shot comes in, blocked away again on the 6-yard line, and Vegas is able to clear for a moment. Here's Donovan with a chance. Oh my word! Connor Donovan blasts it home. RGV breakthrough in style.
What a strike by Donovan. From distance, able to come down with a loose ball. It seemed to be just a matter of time, all kind of chances. And your center back comes through with the strike that everyone in Orange can be envious of here at Rio Grande.
First goal of the season, and what a beauty it was. Let's take a look at the whole sequence here leading up to the goal.
Well, as you go in, the flip in, they're first on the save, but it's still free. Jones can't get there, but it's still sent in. And now as the ball is played out, it is Donovan who just says, I'll take it from 35. I'll put a top 90. I'll score our third goal of the first half all year and give us a 1-0 lead.
Oh, it's a world-class strike from Connor Donovan. 2 minutes of added time. We're already into almost a minute of it, so that'll likely be a little bit more than that due to the Connor Donovan goal. What a strike that was. It really came out of nowhere. But still time for Vegas. We saw how RGV dealt with it when they scored last time out against Tulsa in the league. Looking to see this out at the end of the first half. Ball comes in, it's over Sullivan's head. Chance for Mediola to get it in the box, headed towards Nelson, and he's able to corral it. Dangerous cross in from Mendiola. And Michael Nelson's gonna try to use up some time here as he sends everybody forward. Sent back over by Vegas. Wharton controls. Heading towards the second minute of the minimum of 2 added on here in the first half. Controlled at the back. Not a great ball forward, or rather back towards the goalie, and it's cleared out for a throw-in. The pressure from Jordan James. Not a great ball back by Alatorre. Ball into the box and cut out there. And that is going to end the first half. What an end to the first half. Some chances on either side, but that man, Connor Donovan, with some pure quality. A world-class strike. His first of the season for RGV, their third first-half goal of the entire season, and the Toros have a 1-0 lead at the break. Quick thought, Mike, on how this one turned out in the first half.
Well, the first 10 minutes, it really looked like Rio Grande was in trouble here. Vegas countering attack, opportunities. They really started to settle down in the next 10 minutes in the last half of that first half. All one-sided, well-deserved 1-0 lead here as we take the first half.
It took some time, but Connor Donovan has the breakthrough for RGV at the break. A world-class strike from him has the Toros up 1 at the break. More to come on the halftime report next. A world-class strike from Connor Donovan separates the sides at the break. RGV on top of Vegas, 1-0. Sean St. Jacques back alongside Mike Pepper here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. Here on the halftime report, let's start by taking a look at the halftime stats between these two teams. The one goal separates these two, but certainly RGV had the better of it, certainly towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think the 3 shots for Vegas all in the first 10 minutes. We did see that, and that was off some careless play by RGV, but as they settled down into the half, you started to see the opportunities go. Not all on target, but late on, you had those 2 opportunities. One of them just a world-class finish by Donovan.
It's the difference at the break. The Toros on top of the lights, 1-0 at HEB Park. It's been chippy as well between these two. Couple of yellow cards, 4 combined, 3 for Vegas, but it's 1-0 RGV at the break as the fans are enjoying the halftime festivities. We now head to, as the middle of the season comes into fruition, we take a look at the mid-season awards in the USL. Welcome back, everybody. Sean St. Jacques and Mike Pepper here at the half between RGV and Las Vegas. Mike, let's take a look at some of the USL news and notes, including the Player of the Month, Emmanuel Ledesma, and Reno's hot streak.
Yeah, and you look at, you mentioned Ledesma, and with that, it's not just his play that helped earn that, but the fact that Cincinnati's been so good in the East, and he's been that leader who's created a lot of chances in those June games. That earns him the Player of the Month. You mentioned Reno. They've been just as hot, and they've been outstanding to watch.
Hartford, of course, also announcing that they are going to be the 6th addition to the USL next year. Here's the rest of the list of the expansion teams for 2019.
Throughout the country, too. You look at down in the south here, as Austin will be just up the road from us here at RGV. You look over on the other side, El Paso, New Mexico. A lot of teams just moving out throughout the south here and into the west.
Take a look at some of the notable games coming up in the USL. Swope Park takes on Orange County, and a good one between San Antonio and Real Monarchs as well.
Yeah, the Western Conference is a little bit in that little group there. You kind of have RSL jumping out, but San Antonio right there last year with them and went on a little bit further too. So these teams right there is a big week of games. At Oklahoma City, don't forget that. They're on that 6-game unbeaten streak. That'll be on Saturday night, trying to continue that on, too.
Other big games coming up in the USL schedule, all the ESPN games. Big ones coming up, FC Cincinnati and Charlotte, the headliner on ESPN2.
Yeah, on ESPN2. That should be a fun one. We'll get a chance to see Ledesma and maybe try and continue on that success. Charlotte just getting back into that playoff race, and a lot of great matches following that throughout the over the course of the next month as well.
A lot of good stuff coming up with games upcoming. We got a lot of good stuff coming up for you later on in the halftime report. When we come back, highlights, stats, and more here from HEB Park after a quick break. Welcome back to HEB Park, everybody. Sean St. Jacques, Mike Pepper, 1-0 RGV at the break on a Connor Donovan wonder strike. Let's take a look at all of the first half highlights, including that great goal by Connor Donovan as well. Early chances for both teams out of the start. RGV were on the back foot, though, early. Vegas really came out aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, they created some, and when they weren't creating, RGV was giving them the ball in their own half. This off another turnover. Nelson had to be in the right position. Would have liked to handle it better, but it doesn't matter. It catches out of the net.
Another chance here, and this one was almost spilled over. You get another look at this one. But Nelson was able to corral it. Aguilar had a couple of good chances in the first half.
Yeah, I didn't like that opportunity on net, but he had a couple of others that we'll get a look at. That one from that distance, maybe you try and catch the goalkeeper sleeping. Instead, it kind of just gave the ball back.
Here, Wharton coming in. This was one of the better chances for Aguilar.
Yeah, first touch kind of let him down a little bit, and you see able to get in front of him is Inigo, who was able to get his body in front of it. You want to keep that one down so you can do something else other than get stuck with a volley.
RGV was able to grow into this game as the half went on, and this was a great ball in looking for Jones, who got a good head to it.
Yeah, strong header. Jones just putting it on target and forcing the goalkeeper Ferrigno to be in the right spot in that situation. Again, maybe a little far off his line.
Another chance. RGV really towards the end of the half were the only team getting chances going forward. Aguilar's first really good chance at goal.
Yeah, I like that one. That was knuckling all the way away. It really fooled Ferrigno. Ferrigno fortunate that that one was not on target.
RGV took a number of chances from outside of the 18-yard box. This one was Aguilar's best chance.
Yeah, I like it. He sees that everyone's cheating on the near, goes to the far side, and skims off the post. gave it a good run.
Looked like it might not happen for RGV. They kept on pressing. James also had a try from long range.
Yeah, a little ambitious again. The end result of quite a few opportunities we saw for RGV. Not the best chance, but they were finally able to get it here.
It started with a Kai Green delivery. Perret was denied a couple of chances, and at some point, this is going to come out to Connor Donovan, and he'll take it from here.
Yeah, it just beat the forward and beat Ochoa to it, and what a strike. Yeah, one of those we'll see. Almost certainly one of the goal of the week candidates, I would believe.
No question about that. Here's some upcoming matches for RGV. After tonight, they go to Swope Park, and then they will face Las Vegas again at the beginning of August.
Yeah, it's a tough stretch. I mean, going on the road, you see that. You Swope Park, one of the top teams. Colorado Springs, you look at this Vegas team on the road where they're much better. Sacramento, very good. And Oklahoma City's been on fire. Obviously, a month from now, what can happen, but good chance for RGV. They want to get back into it. They need to start stringing some W's together.
Certainly will start tonight. Las Vegas' schedule. We talked about how much they've struggled on the road. It's a lot more road games coming up for them.
Yeah, this is the middle or the second one of 6 of 7 on the road. Portland's been playing well. Seattle, not the most ominous team, but again, Vegas' struggles on the road have been well, and you can see those tough ones. Rio Grande is when the technical director will return as well, and that is the only home game in that stretch.
Interesting to see how both of those teams handle very tough schedules up ahead. Between these two right now, it's 1-0. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. And at the top, see a number of teams doing well. The Monarchs still in first place, only by a point, though. Reno, though, they do have 2 games in hand, though, on Reno. Phoenix Rising, though, still coming on strong as well in third.
Yeah, I mean, you can see really the top 4 teams are really a result or two from switching places in that sense. Swope Park was the team that went to the finals last year, and Orange County's had a great start. Portland coming back a little bit as Colorado Springs hanging in there. Just below those are when you start to see Las Vegas, and behind that Rio Grande with only the 1 victory, but a one goal lead here at the half. Certainly a little bit there more so.
Certainly a lot of teams trying to battle into the top 8. Let's take a look at some of the coaching changes that we've seen in the USL this season. There's been a lot of them, Mike. Is there one that stands out to you?
Well, I've followed a little bit here. I would have to say that the Tampa Bay Rowdies, with all their salary, we see them just on top. But one that is a good one is obviously Louisville City, who is the defending champion. But James O'Connor basically got it to a promotion. He wasn't let go for any other reason. The other teams have had their share of struggles throughout, except for Phoenix is over the Carteron. And
Michael Insian's been able to come in and so far do the job with Tulsa as well. At the half here in Edinburgh, Texas, Gerson Echeverry's squad has a 1-0 lead. Connor Donovan's goal is the difference at the moment. About as good of a goal as we've seen. And that has given them a 1-0 lead. There is a substitution to report at the half, as Juan Herrera Perla has come in for Joseph Patrick Perez, who, Mike, picked up a yellow card and came close a couple of times to maybe forcing the referee to send him off. That might be a good change, I think, for Vegas.
Yeah, his welcome into the league right there, it was just a really sloppy, hard tackle that went in, and then we did see a couple more words given to him just to be sure, and perhaps also just a new acquisition by the team, just maybe trying to get his legs underneath him as well.
You get a look at him there, Herrera Perla, the native of El Salvador, will slot into the back line for Vegas as this second half is getting close to getting back underway. As we talked about, Vegas has had 4 new players in the starting lineup for this game, and of course now one of those players will be out for the rest of this one, of course, with the booking and the aggressiveness at times and a little bit of maybe a few shots of possible dissent as well with a couple of his actions. So Herrera Perla will get the chance to try to stabilize the back line for Vegas. Gerson Echeverry's got to be pretty pleased with the way the first half ended. It's certainly the last 20 minutes they dominated and they got the reward that he's been hoping for.
Yeah, it's something that's been very uncommon this year, is a first half goal. Just the 3rd time this year that they've been able to do it, and we'll see how they're able to do it. Fortunately, we talked about their last home game last Saturday night. getting the goal late into the 70th minute or 77th minute and then just turning around and giving it right back. This goal came right before the half, so it gives Coach Echeverry just a bit of a chance to remind his players, we got the lead. Let's not do anything to give this one up. Let's put the pressure upon this team who struggled on the road.
There's a bit of a delay on the pitch right now. The goal on the right side of the field, there's a bit of an issue with it. You take a look at it here. The stadium staff on the field are going to take a look at this.
I think we got it in the upper corner, one of the shots that perhaps went off, and it kind of lost a little bit of hook. It's nice when you got a 6'6" guy who can just reach up and not have to worry about it.
Surprised they're not checking the goal where Connor Donovan blasted it through.
Yeah, that probably was certainly should have been it. Yeah, you look at that there. The little guy is out there going, how'd you do that? Yeah, just stood right here. We just lost a hook.
Oh, to be taller. RGV will be going from left to right at the start of this second half. They lead 1-0, looking for their second win of the season. And we normally, when a team concedes a goal, you wonder how they are going to respond. But as we talked about it in the game against Tulsa, many will wonder how RGV respond. It's rare that they have a halftime lead, just the third time they've even scored in the first half all season long. So we'll see how they respond. And obviously Vegas will look to chase the game in the second half as Aguilar goes down, clutching his left ankle.
He got hooked pretty good there. I believe that was Alvarez maybe who got him.
Here's another look at the challenge. And it was Alvarez who was late getting there, and the ball was nowhere near where he was swinging for. So it will be a free kick for RGV. There's the confirmation of the Herrera substitution for Perez. Ball sent in towards the box. Wharton fighting for it. Cleared out by Salgado. And then sent forward. Good header by Ontiveros. Aguilar on the turn. Pressure from Alvarez. Looked like it was a fair challenge. And here's a chance for Vegas to counter. Ball in. That was looking for Guzman. Ontiveros just kind of kicked it up in the air. Chance for Ochoa to settle it down. The chest down by Jorginho James. Then it's booted away by RGV.
Well, Vegas's chances have all come. I mean, and it's not like they've had a lot of it, 3 or 4 careless turnovers in the midfield by RGV.
Daniel Guzman tried to control it and instead loses it out for a goal kick to RGV. James looking for Cabrera. It was cut out there by Wiki. Aguilar sending it forward. It's a lovely ball in. Chance for RGV coming out to make the save. Here comes Cabrera with a chance, and he boots it over the net. Oh my goodness, a golden opportunity for RGV to double their lead.
Wow. I don't know much more to say than wow. It was a good chance there by Jones, but it was well played by Ferrigno. This I don't understand too much. You do have 2 defenders, but you trying to go above them at this point, at least go at them and force them to get that off it and strike it on, because all it is they've got to get a touch on it. Not well played there in the end result by Cabrera at all.
Jordan Jones missed the opportunity. Looked to be available again inside the penalty area, but Cabrera went for the spectacular. And it looks like this will be a foul, or rather, I believe actually a handball against Vegas. Wharton is over it, and Vegas is going to use their gamesmanship here to get in front of Wharton. Guzman making sure he doesn't take it right away. As RGV will look to send some people forward, the goal scorer Donovan will bring it back into play. That was his first goal of the season for RGV, and one I don't think he'll forget for some time. He sends it forward. Nice job by Jones to get around. Jordan Jones continues to work his way inside. It's deflected and out for a throw-in for RGV in the near side next to the corner.
Jones forcing the mistake. Weekey able to cut it off, but did turn it over. Does allow RGV to create their own chance here deep in the end for Vegas. Looking to double up the lead, really put pressure on Vegas, who's in their second game in the course of the week.
Cabrera tried to chest it down inside. Kai Green with the outside of his boot tried to get it back into the box. James and Perea link up. And Sullivan now has to chase this one back. This will go all the way back to Michael Nelson in net. Headed high up into the air. Not a bad touch by Perea. Cleared all the way back out for a goal kick to Michael Nelson. RGV have, so far it seems, carried some momentum into this second half. Ball forward, Aguilar chases. Still Aguilar, though last hit off of him. And it is out for a throw. Intervention by Jaime there, who is on a yellow, but that time does the job. Coming up on the 52nd minute here. At home this season, we talked about first half goals for RGV. We just hit the 200th minute mark for the season when RGV's had the lead at home this season.
And to put that in perspective, this is game 11. And so at 90 minutes, it's basically, we looked at the 880, 925 minutes, 2 nights of the season, which home games, you've got to get victories. And that explains here why they have had their struggles, but they are getting a chance to play with that lead here into the second half tonight.
Good hold-up play by Jordan Jones, looking to get some help further down the field. James, Wilmer Cabrera. Switching fields, Nicolas Perea. Aguilar. Tried to find Cabrera. Here's Donovan. Might he try again? This time he tries to get it inside. Cabrera's touch fails him there. And Ferrigno is able to gobble it up for Vegas.
A good idea. Just found it out there. Maybe looked like Cabrera a little surprised by that ball coming out, and was a little difficult, a little far out for him. And as you pointed out, first touch not the best.
Chested down there by Ochoa. Few players to aim at for Vegas. Ontiveros there to cut it out on the pass by Mendoloa. Ball chested down. Sammy Ochoa. Middle of the park for Carlos Alvarez. Near side for Salgado. Almost lost it, was able to get it back. He spins away here. Herrera Perla, the substitute. Alvarez tied for the lead in goals for Vegas, and Donovan's in there for the intervention. And it's out for a corner. So an opportunity via a set piece for the Lights to put a dangerous ball into the penalty area.
Well, they have some size. We talked about Weekey back there and attempt to match him up. I'm sure he'll be the target should they send this one long. The only previous corner went short, as this one does.
Alvarez plays it in. First touch. And that was dealt with by the man on the ball here, Perea. And a chance to counter goes by the wayside. Looking for Aguilar that time. Chance for Vegas on the other end. Alvarez almost got through. Looked like Sheldon Sullivan made the touch there on the slide. Now Cabrera chases it down, trying to shield away Herrera Perla, and it will go RGV's way on a foul.
Don't get that. I just don't get why a defender does that. Don't think he touched him hard. I would debate whether it was even a foul, but why do you give a free kick? He's going nowhere. Cabrera's running towards the sideline. He's got nothing but people behind him, and you just give enough of a body shove to allow them out of it. Doesn't make sense.
Here's Donovan. Kai Green, who's been a menace at times, especially in the first half, on the wing. Cleared out by Las Vegas. That goal by Donovan, just the 16th goal of the entire season for RGV. This in behind, battle for it. Jordan Jones got his head to it, but once again, Ricardo Ferrigno is able to corral it.
Yeah, good play by both of them. Ferrigno up for it. Jones not giving up. In behind the defender. Held up a little bit into the wind here as that ball sent up by RGV.
Salgado tried to go forward with it. Jorginho James has it for RGV. Here's Kai Green. Headed away by Wiki. Battle between Wharton and Salgado, and it goes Vegas's way. Here's the previous chance with Jones going up for the header.
See, the wind held it up a little bit. Good challenge by both of the players.
You can see the wind is still picking up. Just see the jerseys and even on Coach Echeverry's polo waving around in the breeze. Chance for Alvarez to service this one in. Good ball in, a dangerous ball in. Donovan safely heads it over. It looks like a substitution is in the offing for Vegas. We'll see if they'll do it. They might wait till after the corner. Daigo Kobayashi is expected to come in for Daniel Guzman. But not before this corner kick for Vegas. It's taken short, at least near post, and there's a foul in the box, and it will go RGV's way, and they'll have a chance to clear their lines.
Looks like they ran a bit of a pick play on that near post, and they will make the sub here.
So the Fuji, Japan native, Daigo Kobayashi, will come in, and the Guadalajara, Mexico native, Daniel Guzman, will make way. Daniel Guzman, much like Vegas, had a really bright start to the game in the first 10-15 minutes or so, had a few opportunities. Here's a chance for RGV. Lovely give and go. What a save. Still a chance. Blocked away. It's not dealt with yet. The goal is open. Ferrigno's out of the net. Wharton might go for it. Chance for Jones to shoot. Cross back post. It's away from Pereira and out for a goal kick. Another golden chance.
Well, Ferrigno was big that time. We saw him come out. That first ball through. It was a great run here. And a good ball that allowed the runner Cabrera sent in Pereira. Still free into that sense, but Ferrigno scrambling, Vegas scrambling, and this ball just not real good trying to find the man on the back post by Jones, but good chance again for RGV to extend their lead.
Like you said, Mike, got to give Ricardo Ferrigno a lot of credit for that first initial save where it looked like, I believe it was Aguilar was in on goal. Here's a chance on the other end for Vegas. Cross in from Mendiola is dealt with by Nelson, and he outlets to Nicolas Pereira, who gives it right back. So it'll be a Vegas throw on the far side.
One of the things that Coach Echeverry's got to remind his team, you know, there's been a frustration throughout of scoring goals to that. Reminding you still have a 1-goal lead. You probably should have a second one now, but it is still just one. So one mistake right now still gets Vegas back into it. Just have to make sure you don't harp on those missed opportunities here at this time.
Perea tried to clear it downfield. It took a deflection. Sheldon Sullivan will throw it back in for the Toros.
And one thing we'll look at is Vegas a little shorthanded in the midweek game against Oklahoma City. The roster less. We added the 4 players as they did, and we saw them all get starts, but already 2 of them had to come out before we've hit the hour mark. They're down to 1 substitution. A lot of these guys will be asked to go a little bit further, and we'll see where that last sub, when they decide to make it, if it's, again, one of the new faces or not. I like to try and maybe work them in as opposed to getting them starts like this, but it is still, as I pointed out, just a 1-goal game, so nothing to be out of the reach at this point.
Jorginho James drew the foul. Ball sent forward looking for Jones. Hoel Wiki is able to get there. RGV have it back through Aguilar. Donovan looking further down. Wiki will head it back, and it'll be corralled again by Ferrigno. Ball booted all the way back down, and Nelson will corral it. How about that shot differential for RGV? Plus 11 in total shots.
It was probably 3-0, if I'm not mistaken, for Vegas early on.
Chance for Vegas, and it goes by the wayside as Salgado couldn't get to it. He's still down.
You see a little bit of cramping here, and again, Salgado, one of those new faces for the team, probably hasn't played a full 90 in quite a while, but still 30 minutes to go in this one, and Vegas down to their last sub. We'll see what they end up doing.
Ball thrown in, headed, and a foul on Vegas. Wiki got in there, and Jones draws the foul. The USL welcomed its newest member on Wednesday as Hartford Athletic became the 6th club set to join the league for the 2019 season. For more information on the new club, visit hartfordathletic.com. Talked about that at the half. Love to see Hartford join that long list of expansion teams for 2019. Saw a couple even for 2020, 2021 as well. Love to see this league continue to grow.
It is a young league, and you'll continue to see some changes as the United States always looking, and North America for that part, always looking to add new franchises.
Sent forward. Headed down. Battle between Aguilar and Ochoa. Ochoa's ball in wasn't a bad idea, but Ontiveros was on it. And that ball forward, cut out by Wiki. Here's Kobayashi's first touch of the ball, and it'll end up sailing over and out for a goal kick.
Well, he looked for it, and we've seen the shots from distance, and particularly in this side, a lot of that because of that 10 to 15 mile per hour wind at the back. Sometimes it gives players bigger eyes than what they should have, but that wasn't a bad strike. It's just you don't hit the target. It's just giving the ball away at that point.
Nelson, who has not been bothered too much since those 2 opportunities early on in the first half. As we talked about, Vegas has struggled to get into the final third, and that's where RGV's stout defense has really come to play, especially here at the start of the second half. It seems like the Toros have responded well.
Yeah, I mean, they have. You know, the 2 best opportunities of the half have both come for RGV. They are moving the ball better throughout, and including this sequence right now, and forcing Vegas to work harder. And it is something here that they would be looking to add this second one to maybe take a little bit of pressure off them throughout the rest of this one.
So take a look at the USL scoreboard there. Sacramento on top at the half as well by the same tally.
On the road at Colorado Springs.
RGV lurking again with Aguilar. Sent all the way back to Omar Ontiveros. Donovan, who scored that amazing goal in the 45th minute. It's the difference right now. Wharton, good shielding of the ball. Here's Jorginho James. Couple more substitutions upcoming, one for each team, so Vegas will go to that third and final substitution. Starting though with RGV, as Wilmer Cabrera will make way for the very dangerous Bryce Marion. And on the Vegas side of things, as you see, Wilmer Cabrera's night is done for RGV. Did have a couple of opportunities to make something happen in the final third. Also did miss that open chance. For Vegas, James Murphy will come on.
For Salgado, again, one of the three new additions by Vegas, and none of them able to give you more than 65 minutes. It's something that will be questioned a little bit. Getting the starts, those, of course, it is the second game on a road trip, so you understand that a little bit, but maybe you wouldn't be counting on them to give you 90 at the start. Maybe they should be your subs, or at least hope to give you 70, 80 minutes.
And Salgado also was on a yellow card, which may have contributed to the move there as well. Voting is now open for the 2018 Fans' Choice Midseason Awards, as you get to decide which players stood out of the pack so far this season. Cast your votes in the 5 categories at uslsoccer.com. So, Las Vegas has now used their 3 changes. Still 2 available for RGV. Alvarez tried to weave his way past Kai Green. It didn't happen, and a late challenge there on the man who just came in, James Murphy, on Aguilar, who is still down.
And Murphy, that one seemed pretty bad. He came in over the top, it appeared. He may be a little frustrated his teammate didn't earn the free kick. You can kind of see, well, stepped over, didn't seem to step on him, but certainly a clash of it. Looked a little worse than regular speed at the initial moment.
Aguilar was nicked on his other ankle earlier in the half. Gets helped up and will rejoin the fray. Connor Donovan will restart proceedings here. Sends it forward, looking for Jones. Fell down for a chance for Perea. Murphy for Vegas. Here's Alvarez. Centering pass was cut out by James. Murphy picks it back up with Alvarez. Alvarez gets past 1, gets past 2. Marion and Kai Green in pursuit. That hit the corner flag and then went out. And it'll be a throw-in for Las Vegas.
A little fortunate there for Alvarez, as I think he had overrun it, but the flag kept it in and is able to give a dangerous chance for Las Vegas.
Boy, it's rare you see the corner flag come into play like that. But it keeps this Vegas chance alive. Long throw in. Green's header comes out for Murphy. Alatorre. That headed away by Sullivan. Throw in on the other side for the Vegas Lights.
See the wind really gusting up now, even more so. It's been pretty strong going at the back of the team, going from right to left, and Vegas really seems to be trying to utilize that just a little bit more here.
This throw in is actually going to go right out of play. Goal kick.
Yeah, the wind right there didn't help it out, did it?
Just see Isidro Sanchez, the Vegas coach, giving instructions to his players. Still a long way to go. 22 minutes plus stoppage time. Nelson boots it forward. First touch here for Bryce Marion, and Leakey clearly gets in there and knocks it out of play. Kai Green with the throw. Battle for it. James gets the header in. Las Vegas slowly but surely trying to establish themselves back in the RGV final third.
Miscommunication.
Cut out, chance for RGV to counter. Here's Jordan Jones, and he sends it back. Wharton. Good patient ball to Perea, who finds Aguilar. Goes all the way back to Nelson in goal. Pressure from Vegas to the goal scorer, Donovan. The pressure continues. Donovan didn't feel it right away. He's got to turn away. Dangerous ball back. Nelson has to deal with it and does. Not sure Connor Donovan realized what he was dribbling into there for a second. Chested down by Georgino James. And Donovan will send it across midfield. Leakey wins another header. That challenge came in and it went through Murphy, and Georgino James takes off. Sliding challenge is deflected off of Jaime, and then it's probably accidentally shepherded out there for a throw-in for RGV, as Alatorre didn't deal with it. So take a look at Vegas there. Trying to avoid a fourth time being shut out on the road this season.
It's not often they get shut out at all. They've 6th in the league in goals scored. Quite a few really 3-4 goal games here as of late, but in danger right now unless they could do something here in the next 20 minutes.
Here's an opportunity. Alvarez, step over, shot is blocked by Green, headed out by Sullivan. Not a good touch by Perea, but Wharton is able to corral it. Jones coming all the way back to help out. First touch chested down by Aguilar, and he has to boot it forward, and there's nobody there for RGV. So Vegas can restart.
Hey, really starting to see Vegas now. Going to set their tone a little bit here. RGV's maybe sitting back just a little bit, and for some reason here Vegas has taken control of the pace, but they do turn it over here.
Aguilar to Jones. Here's Bryce Marion, who's got some speed. He tries to center it up for Aguilar. And Vegas will look to send it forward. Ball in behind. Sheldon Sullivan is able to beat Kobayashi to it. Nice little high five between the two players. More pressure from Ochoa, and it does force an errant kick from Nelson and a throw-in for Vegas as they start to put the pressure on even more. Jaime's throw. Kobayashi. Center for Murphy. Near side. Herrera Perla. Kai Green gets the challenge in. And Vegas starting to put some impetus, putting a stamp on it here. 17 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Alvarez will get it back off the throw. Ball comes in, dealt with by Sheldon Sullivan. Not as far as Marcelo Alatorre. Another ball in, headed high in the air. Bryce Marion on the near side after it was headed towards him has to head it out for another throw-in for Vegas, who are slowly but surely getting closer to finding an opportunity here.
There's got to be better communication on that. Marion headed it out of bounds, had more time to bring it down, but no one was talking to him.
Pressure from Perea on Alatorre. Alatorre's ball in, and it is nowhere in sight of a Vegas player and out for a goal kick. Talked about how Vegas rarely gets shut out, and their recent form indicates that as well. In 3 of their last 7 games, Vegas has scored 4 goals, including in the 6-4 defeat earlier this week against OKC. So not only do they don't get shut out, they put up a lot of goals, usually.
Let's keep our eye out here on Nelson. We've seen him take his time a little bit, as he should, with a 1-0 lead, but almost a little too blatantly. And we've heard Rosendo Mendoza yell shouts of encouragement to maybe speed it up, including a couple of whistles. We might see something a little bit greater if he continues this up.
Connor Donovan lets it roll all the way back to Nelson, and certainly that could affect stoppage time. And with it only being a 1-goal difference at the moment, that's not exactly ideal. Chance going forward, and a foul appeal from Jordan Jones. A little bit of a late call, I guess, and he does end up winning the free kick.
And certainly it was nothing dirty at that point, but boy, he had some space behind him. So often you will see that being a little bit of a caution of some sort, but not the case here.
Wharton, the RGV captain, looking for help. Finds Perea. Back to Wharton, who gets past one. Hooks back up with Perea. Sullivan down the far side looking for Aguilar. Good hold up play. Wharton with some space to move forward with it, and he goes back. Here's Connor Donovan. Marion, Kai Green able to corral the pass. Pressure from Ochoa. Goes all the way back to Nelson. And Nelson chips it away. Alvarez thought about trying to beat Nelson back to the net. Nelson was a little off his line. He apologizes for the mishit. But Alvarez mishits it right back to him. Weekey heads it forward. The touch from Murphy gives it back to RGV. Here's Pablo Aguilar. Takes a deflection. Alvarez the header forward. And the touch from Ochoa allows Donovan to clear, but it's out for a throw-in for Las Vegas coming up on the 78th minute.
Well, the pace of this one's really slowed down quite a bit. And a lot of that with RGV, and to the sense they are not moving the ball nearly as quickly. Obviously probably playing a little bit here, but they're giving up a chance, perhaps offside though.
Good ball in, but offside is the call indeed.
But it was originally on the ball. Kind of a little surprised the flag didn't go up, but once it cleared the head, we saw that. And you can see Nelson again getting just a little bit the hand motion from Mendoza.
And Daigo Kobayashi had to place the ball down for him to try to speed things up a little bit. Once again, battling for it was Jordan Jones. Weekey's able to clear. Goes over Donovan's head. This time might not have been a good idea. Nelson had to get out, and luckily for RGV, he got a touch to it. Again, a nervy play there.
I think Donovan thought he was closer to the area. Second, questionable defending.
Ball sent forward, and Ochoa with his hands on his knees, and Nelson will continue to try to waste as much time as he will be allowed to here. It's even. Ochoa, maybe he said something to Nelson there and said, come on, man, can you speed it up just a little bit here for us? Nelson literally just ran across the entire 18-yard box before booting that away. Chance for Vegas. Kobayashi. Nice little move to open it up. RGV out to make a sub in a few moments as well. Looks like the goal scorer from the Tulsa game as Usl Enriquez will come on. But before that, chance for Vegas, a dangerous cross in. And it's dealt with by RGV. Mendiloa trying to make an impact on the game. Here comes another sub for RGV, Bryce Marion. Using some time. Gets it back to Kai Green, who's shielding the ball away nicely. Gets around and will earn himself a free kick. Pablo Aguilar, we're told, will make way for Jesus Enriquez. Pablo Aguilar's night is done.
Aguilar with some dangerous moments in the first half, and as you clock strikes 80, they'll ask for some fresh legs and ask Enriquez. Maybe he can match his antics or his heroics from a week ago, and putting his team on the board.
We've got our stopwatches ready. It was in a flash when he came on against Tulsa last week and scored. Aguilar gets congratulations from the Toros coaching staff. He really put in a good shift, especially in the first half. All those great chances he had. They go right towards Enriquez, headed away. Sullivan, though, shepherds it back to him. Here's Wharton with some space. The give and go back to Enriquez. He was held up, and he quickly goes down.
Maybe even elbowed, I think. A little arm bar, perhaps. I don't think it's swinging of anything. Doesn't appear to be a cautionable offense, but he did take Enriquez out of the play. And that would have been Jaime, who was defending at that point in time. He's already on a book.
Here's Enriquez. Trying to spin past two and loses it. Here's James Murphy for Vegas. Alvarez on the near side. Kai Green and Jorginho James around, and Bryce Marion deflects it out for a throw. Want to get the key talking points from across USL every week? Turn into the hat trick with Kelsey Steele on Monday evenings on the USL's Instagram account to stay in the know on what's what around the league. Here's Alvarez. Got past two, chested it down, tried to flick it into the middle. Headed away by Ontiveros. Bryce Marion tried to get onto it. And they are going to give a
throw. It went off of Marion, yes. So they say. The hook around. Don't know exactly how it did that because it was going backwards, but.
Last off Marion, so Vegas will hold on to it here. Alatorre's ball in, the flick towards the net. Oh my word, what a save by Nelson.
It was a great save by Nelson, although it may have hit the top of the crossbar. I don't know if he got a hand on it because it was a signal as a goal kick. But did appear Nelson had it covered. We'll get another look at it here.
Let's see if he did get a touch to this. The header came in. What a flick it was, and it was tough to tell from that angle whether or not it hit the crossbar or if Nelson got a piece.
Well, not a lot of appeal by Vegas, so. But it was the little flip by Jaime. It caused a lot of trouble, and just goes to show, I mean, Vegas has not had dangerous opportunities really, but all it takes is one. RGV earlier in this half missed two opportunities to really get it. We do have the head injury, as it was Jordan Jones that went up for the header, so he'll get just a moment. Won't need to necessarily come up, but they'll want to be cautious.
He's been battling and coming back towards the midfield to try to win balls for RGV, especially in the second half, playing the possession game. He's really been working hard up top. And he will get a chance to recover here.
See Rosenda Mendoza, the referee, just making sure that the Vegas player that collided heads is all right. It's just Jones who seemed to take the worst of it.
Looks to be alert, looks to be all right. Quick high five with Perea as a few other RGV players get hydrated. It is still hot out there, although compared to what it was earlier, Gerson Echeverry might think about putting his jacket back on.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a reversed. Maybe he's just trying to reverse the night as it goes. Or maybe, you know what, sometimes coaches are superstitious. Maybe Wednesday he had it on for the first few minutes when they got that win in the exhibition game and try to replicate it. But you know, it was about when the jacket came off that RGV started playing better. They did struggle the first 10 minutes of this one.
We'll have to keep tabs on that if RGV are able to see this one out. See if it becomes a Gerson Echeverry special.
Offside.
Sent back forward by Vegas. The header is into the box, and Nelson is able to corral it. We've seen some signs, but for the most part, and there could be a number of reasons, fatigue, lack of availability for certain players, but Vegas has never really gotten into their game tonight. Certainly RGV's stout defense has certainly played a big role in that as well. Wharton looking to send it forward. Bryce Marion tried to get in behind. Another substitute getting set to go on. You can see him at the bottom of your screen, the leading goal scorer for RGV, Aldo Quintanilla, will be on shortly. And we're told Jordan Jones will make way. Jones puts the pressure on there. Kobayashi controls. Sent back by Herrera Perla. Booted forward, first time from Kai Green, but it goes out for a throw-in. And this will be the confirmation of that change. Jordan Jones comes off, Aldo Quintanilla comes on. Jordan Jones scored in the exhibition game earlier this week. Gets the start tonight and put in a good shift for RGV.
Yeah, and again, the Wednesday game really seemed to earn him the start, and he was effective throughout. Created a couple chances in the first half. Saw one chance in the second half that Ferrigno was forced to make a great save on and put the defense under a lot of pressure a couple of times tonight.
Out for a throw. Vegas again trying to have RGV hurry this up. There's nobody even in the vicinity right now. Here comes Bryce Marion, and he says, I don't want it. Someone else take it. And that someone else will be Kai Green.
Green is on a yellow card, so he'll be the one who would not want to be stalling on the ball.
Quintanilla puts some pressure on. Alvarez off of Kai Green. Throw-in for Vegas. Herrera Perla. Weekey to Murphy. Pressure here from Jesus Enriquez. Ball coming in. Bodies to aim at. It falls for a chance. Oh my word. Kobayashi over the bar, and he was onside. A golden chance for a Vegas equalizer.
Wow. And he drills this one into the ground, and it's the bounce that does it. You can see Kobayashi from 6, bounces at 5, and goes over the crossbar. Nelson kind of stuck. Fortunate to have that one not be on target.
It's been that kind of night. Not many chances for Vegas, and when they've come, they've not been able to cash in. The one goal was an absolute screamer from Connor Donovan in the 45th minute that I'm sure you will likely see again on either maybe USL Goals of the Week, maybe a highlight show or two. Certainly worthy.
I wouldn't doubt it if it made one of the ESPN top plays of the day.
Pressure from Marion. Here's Murphy. Still time for Vegas. The cutback, lovely little move in. The shot, what a save by Nelson. Bicycle kick attempt is blocked, and it's cleared by Perea. Pressure from Quintanilla. And here he comes, it's 1-on-2. He gets past one. Can he get past another? Here's some help. It's Enriquez, he's in on goal, and he scores! Jesus Enriquez does it again! Second straight game as a substitute that he scored the goal, and certainly shores up a second win of the season for RGV.
Boy, end-to-end action. Nelson, what a save, and it sparked the counterattack. First opportunity, you can see this ball cut inside. Mendiola really with a big strike. Nelson had to be there. You see the defense coming, and there's the counterattack. All coming back here, starting by Quintanilla as he's able to get behind the defenders, and sure, that's what Enriquez does. He comes in, he scores goals, gives them a 2-goal lead now here as we went to the 90th.
His third goal of the season. That now ranks second on the team for RGV. And yeah, that's what it means to the Toros. 4 added minutes left in this one, a minimum of 2-0 RGV lead. They haven't won since April 25th against Orange County. The final was 2-0. That will go out for a throw-in. Since then, it's been so many close calls, 10 draws this season for RGV. Another free kick for the Toros.
I think it's safe to say as we play game 18, when Rio Grande wins, they win 2-0. As you pointed out, that was the only win they've had so far this year. When they win in the USL, they win 2-0.
That's right, 3-0 in the exhibition. It's
been a good week so far. Obviously, still have to close this one out. And if there's another goal scored, then that stat would be irrelevant. However, it is currently 2-0 on this one as well.
Alvarez sends it forward. Tried to find a late runner there. Vegas still sending players forward here. Few players to aim at. Kobayashi made the run along with Ochoa into the box. Looking to switch fields. Chested down by Kai Green. Given away, though, by Bryce Marion. Murphy tries one. Nelson bobbles and then corrals it.
Nelson going to get the stat sheet added up on that long distance shot and able to cover it up, but it was a huge save. Mendiola kept out, and it quickly went the other way.
Controlled again by RGV. Bryce Marion sends it back. Green forward. We're through 2 of the 4 added minutes. Weekey sent it back. Ferrino boots it forward. Headed away by Donovan. James went in there, and he draws the foul.
Good precursor here to the World Cup final tomorrow. France and Croatia. It's been a fun World Cup to watch, and of course the USL going on around the same time. Good to watch those World games by day and the USL by night.
Ooh, soccer fan dream, right?
Yeah.
Bryce Marion trying to win it back, and does. Oh, and the touch came in. His shirt was being pulled, and he appealed with the referee. It was a great effort to try to win the ball away. His touch went right back to Ferrino. That one is chested back and out for a throw-in. 1 minute of the minimum of 4 related. Gerson Echeverry trying to push his team across the finish line.
A little bit of a smile perhaps on Coach Echeverry's face there.
They haven't won in almost 3 months. Quintanilla went down, and another card is going to be issued here to Las Vegas.
That was Alatorre, I believe. Give him a knee to the back.
It is indeed Marcelo Alatorre.
Rosendo Mendoza did not miss that one. He saw it. Quintanilla originally stayed up, but maybe realizing he got a foul. And down as those two got tangled up.
Fourth player to be booked tonight for Vegas. Coming down on the final few seconds here of the minimum of 4. Vegas have it in their own end. Sent forward, booted back up by Perea. And that will do it. The drought is over for RGV. They're back in the win column for the first time since April 25th. And how fitting that they win this one by the same score as that first win. 2-0 the final. Gerson Echeverry's bunch have to be thrilled with the result. Connor Donovan's wonder goal made it 1-0, and the super sub, and Jesus Enriquez, put home the second.
Well, it was a match here that very much needed, and the midweek result that gave this team a little bit of confidence carried over into it. It wasn't so indicative of the first 10 minutes because that's when Vegas controlled, but for the next basically 60 minutes, we really saw RGV control this game, and that's where it ended up being won.
2-0 the final. It was certainly chippy at times, especially in the first half. Las Vegas came out. They were the aggressors for the first 10 to 15 minutes, but it was RGV from there. There was a little bit of extracurriculars after the final whistle. Jesus Enriquez got tangled up with Alvarez of Vegas.
Say Rosendo Mendoza was right there. We did see the left hand go up a little high, but it was a big flop there by Enriquez.
And Enriquez's response is to congratulate the fans who came out tonight to see just the second win of the season for RGV. That gets them up to 16 points on the season as they try to chase down LA Galaxy 2 in 14th place. A huge win for RGV. The drought is over for the Toros. 2-0 the final score. We had an amazing goal in the first half and then a counter-attacking goal.
Yeah.
Aldo Quintanilla also deserves credit for really setting up that goal from Enriquez.
Yeah, he was able to slow it down, and Enriquez made the run. But to the point of where they stand in the standings, it's Gerson Echeverry knows they're not going to get it back one game. They got to do. You can't get it all back at once. You just got to go one at a time. For Vegas in itself, second game of a 7-game, 6 of 7 road trip. They've got to find a way to get results if they want to continue to get it, because before you know it, RGV will be sniffing right there up at them at the standings.
There's the man that put home the second goal, Jesus Enriquez. Second straight game in the USL that Enriquez has come off the bench and scored a goal. That man, Gerson Echeverry, has got to be happy with the performance tonight. Let's take a look at the full-time highlights as RGV won this one 2-0. Vegas had the pressure on early in this game, but RGV slowly grew into this game.
Yeah, and you saw this was really RGV's first real good chance, and that was about halfway through the first half. And you could see just spotting the long man, and Jones probably could have done a little bit better, but it felt good to get on the end of that one.
Pablo Aguilar had a number of good chances in the first half, including this one.
Yeah, the curl and going far post. So many times players try to go over it, and it seemed to be maybe that Farino was cheating just a little bit. Finally, though, we are able to get after this long sequence the game's first goal, and it was a beauty.
Connor Donovan, it's coming. You might not see it. It kind of comes out of nowhere here, and then here comes the blast from the defender, and it's a beautiful, beautiful strike to give RGV the lead.
Yeah, just able to get there and beat the forward to the ball and then puts it on target.
RGV continued their dominance on from there. Here was a chance for Jones to put them up 2-0.
Yeah, Farino, a good job of holding his feet, able to get that ball, and really at that point in time, Cabrera's got to be better in that situation, but it was a good job by Farino of keeping it out.
Again, Jordan Jones had a lot of good moments tonight in the final third. That time, though, Cabrera went for the spectacular, couldn't get it done. Vegas tried to grow into this game late on.
Yeah, their best chance here in the second half. This one flipped on by Jaime, and it goes off the top of the crossbar.
Michael Nelson didn't have too much to deal with at times in the second half, but That time looked like he had it covered. Vegas kept coming, though, in the second half.
Yeah, and this one, actually, I take that back. This was their best chance, and Kobayashi behind the defense drives it down low, but then it's just too steep of an angle, and it bounces over the crossbar. They weren't finished because after the Mendiola stop, this is the Quintanilla counterattack. Big save by Nelson, and as you say, Quintanilla, good job of holding it up.
Quintanilla sets it up, and once again off the bench, it's Jesus Enriquez to seal up the 3 points for RGV. Quintanilla also had come off the bench in this game, and a lovely finish by Enriquez.
Yeah, and that was the sealer. At that point in time, we talked about Las Vegas maybe just getting one chance away. Instead, that second goal sealed it.
Final match stats, the one that matters, 2-0 in favor of RGV, but certainly they had the better quality of chances. Vegas had a couple late, but RGV really seemed to dominate this game in the second half.
Yeah, it really did, and it was about an hour across. I mean, the first 10 minutes go to Vegas, the next 60 went to RGV. That set the tone. Vegas had their chances in the last bit until RGV able to finish it on the counter.
You saw the chippiness a little bit. 4 yellow cards for Las Vegas, but to give credit to the Toros, they kept their cool, didn't let it get to them. The chippiness kind of went back and forth. It spilled over a little bit towards the end, but RGV goes home happy, winning this one 2-0. That shots on target went their way as well. 2-0 the final score between RGV and Las Vegas. As we take a look at what's coming up next, starting with Las Vegas. We mentioned earlier, struggles on the road continue tonight, and they're not going home anytime soon.
No, and you look at it July 22nd, a week from now, then they'll have another midweek game. They will hit that Pacific Northwest. They will get the chance, and they'll face Rio Grande. It'll be a little bit of an opportunity here. Rio Grande, if they can get this next couple games in their favor, that'll be a big game, trying to get into that 8th through 10th place perhaps for both these teams if Las Vegas can get a result. But that's a tough road schedule for a team that has struggled on the road.
RGV picks up a big win tonight. You mentioned it at halftime. At Swope is a difficult game, and then a couple more difficult road games coming up after that, including a rematch with the Lights.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to beat the teams, and unfortunately, you've put yourself into a position that you are, but who knows? Maybe it's turned around. You can get a couple of these results. We wouldn't have thought Oklahoma City, who they'll face in a month, would be in the situation they are. They're on a 6-game unbeaten streak. If Rio Grande can get a couple of those ties that they've had over the last 3 months into W's, who knows?
You saw the thumbs up there from Gerson Echeverry as he walks off the field tonight. The fans get to go home happy. They haven't seen a win since April 25th here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. Connor Donovan's world-class strike, able to give the Toros the first one, and Jesus Enriquez put this one away as they take this one 2-0 over Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was a fantastic strike, one we'll be seeing throughout, and a big result for Rio Grande. Tough loss here for Vegas.
First win since April 25th for RGV. They get it done tonight, 2-0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.